Hello and welcome to this video on generative AI and the future of innovation, moving at speed. My name is Lochlainn and I'm the founder of Nexaius, and I thought this is a really important video to make because today, as we stand, business models are being disrupted at speed. There's multiple new entrants coming into industries worldwide and taking over market share because they're more innovative, they've got AI embedded at its core, and ultimately they can deliver more value to customers with less resource. So the real challenge for business leaders is this: how can you constantly reinvent yourself, bring new ideas to the table, and innovate at speed, especially when new AI entrants can scale faster than you can adapt? Within this video, we're going to explore everything from understanding what it means to be innovative, the different types of innovation, how you can leverage generative AI to innovate at speed, and by the end of the video, you will have a clear understanding how to manage your innovation portfolio and how you can build a culture of innovation that thrives in the new age of AI. So it goes without saying, AI is changing the world as we know it. It's allowing new entrants to enter new spaces and disrupt your business model because they can innovate a lot faster than you can even think about what's coming around the corner. Now, I suppose a difficult question is, how do you actually know if you're innovative? How do you know if you have a culture of innovation already? I'll ask you 3 questions, and if you can answer yes to these 3 questions, then you probably are innovative. But if you answer no, then it's less likely that you have a culture of innovation. The first question is that, do you have processes in place that allows you to build value propositions and test these value propositions with the customers in the market? Do you have the ability to make decisions based on incomplete or even contradictory evidence? And do you understand when it is necessary to completely kill a new idea? And the third question is, do you actively manage an innovation portfolio, making small bets over time and only scaling what really shows promise? If you have answered no to all 3 of these questions, then you are likely to have a low innovation score. Now, there are 2 things that you can do from here. Number 1 is to like this video and subscribe for more videos like this. But number 2 is to follow along and begin understanding how you can innovate, how you can bring ideas to your market, whether it's new products or services or completely new business models. This video will give you a starting point to getting an idea of how you can innovate and compete in the new era of AI that we find ourselves in. Okay, before we dive into the world of innovation, I want to talk about generative AI for a second. Generative AI is only a small part of artificial intelligence. It won't transform your whole organization. Real transformation comes from strategy, leadership, and culture. That's where you have to start. Now, what I would say is this: generative AI is a completely new capability like no other. It allows us to test ideas, to bring new ideas to the market, to understand and test our new business models at a speed that's never been done before. Previously, it would have took weeks to innovate, but now, because of generative AI, it takes minutes, literally minutes, to do some of these tasks. Now, over the past couple of weeks, even months now, I've been working hard to try and bring a framework to you that you can use in your own organization while going through this innovation cycle. I call it the Nexaius AI Innovation Rocket. And this innovation rocket that you can see is a 10-step process that allows you to go through the different stages of innovation and helps leaders like you turn ideas into validated business models at an unprecedented speed. Now, before I show you a short story of how someone leveraged the AI Innovation Rocket to innovate at speed, I want to actually explain the problem that it solves. So when we think about innovation, the best innovators of the world know how to get their idea out of the building quickly. And what I mean by that is that all ideas start in someone's head in the building, but everyone's got good ideas. It's those businesses and those leaders who can actually execute on that idea at speed that are winning. Now, what I'm saying is that a lot of businesses don't really have the processes in place to do this. So the AI Innovation Rocket gives you that process. And the beauty of it is that not only can it be used by new startups, but it can be used by established businesses Because generative AI is a new capability that is accessible for everyone, and the AI innovation rocket will allow you to get outside of the building and test your idea using the least amount of resources as possible. And that's important too, because in the early stages of discovery, we don't know if things are going to work or not. So we therefore don't want to invest our time, our talent, or our money into something that we don't know is going to work. So it's important that we go through this 10-step cycle that I'm going to go through with you now. On the right hand side of the screen, you can see a breakdown of what this new innovative method brings to you in terms of value and time savings. Where originally the steps that you had to go through while going through an innovation cycle normally took up to 6 to 8 weeks. But now it's all changed. Now, what does this all mean? I'm really excited to show you. Let's go through a story of Harry and how he took his idea to market at a speed like no other because he used generative AI. This is Harry. He came up with one simple idea to make renting easier. He discovered that tenants were drowning in paperwork, landlords were wasting hours with agents, and Harry believed that AI could solve this. So what he did is that he took his first step and framed his idea. Harry opened a business model and a value proposition canvas and asked generative AI to fill it in. Within minutes, he had multiple value propositions and a business model laid out. He could clearly understand exactly where could this potential new idea bring value to the market. He then went into understanding the customer's pains and prioritizing his assumptions. First of all, he started off by interviewing tenants and landlords. He fed the transcripts into AI, which clustered recurring pains, stresses, and wasted time. Generative AI then cross-checked them against global forums. From here, AI then ranked Harry's riskiest assumption based on desirability, feasibility, and viability. This allowed Harry to move on to his next step to develop his hypotheses. So from there, taking his assumptions, AI was able to generate a testable hypothesis. This hypothesis was a simple statement that allowed Harry to test his overall idea. So from here, what he done, he moved on to the next step to design his experiments. Harry built a simple landing page, no code, no cost, and sent this landing page to his network. AI tracked all responses, analysed comments, and showed which features people actually cared about most. The next step came to decision time. Based on his feedback, Harry had to make a difficult decision. Does he advance and keep on going with his idea? Does he adapt and change it? Or does he archive it because it just isn't ready for the market? Or does he have to abandon his idea altogether? The early evidence wasn't perfect. Harry had to adjust. He analysed the data and he discovered that there was a specific pain of the problems that they were shouting loudest about. So what he did from here then, he decided to build a minimal viable product, or an MVP. The early evidence wasn't perfect, but he knew through this MVP he could build a prototype in a matter of hours using AI. So what he did, he turned to a low-code AI tool called Lovable, and he built an app prototype in less than a day. He was able to send this app and test it with tenants and landlords and measure their retention and willingness to pay. This early stage validation in the market gave Harry exactly what he needed. He got the feedback to understand if there was a real business model and opportunity at play here. The feedback that he got gave him enough to build his product, an actual app, and launch it into the market for scale. Harry now has a successful app in the market that makes him a lot of money. But this isn't just a nice story, it's proof that what once took months can now happen in weeks if you embed generative AI into your innovation process. As you've seen from that story, Harry used the innovation rocket to launch his idea, but managing innovation at scale means having to launch multiple rockets, dozens of rockets at a time. And that's where innovation portfolio thinking comes in. Innovation isn't about betting big on everything. It's about managing your portfolio, just like you would do while managing your financial portfolio. You're going to invest things into small bets, big bets, and even things you just don't believe is going to work. And that's okay, because what you're getting is, yes, some failures, but also you're getting the opportunity to learn what works and what doesn't work in the market. And from there, you can scale something successful. Let's take our good friend Jeff Bezos for an example. He has a good quote that says that failure and invention are inseparable twins. And he also says that he's made billions of dollars based on just failures alone. And I completely believe him. Think about the Fire Phone. I bet you don't know about that. 2014, Amazon launched the Fire Phone and cost the business 170 million. But I doubt Jeff Bezos cares about that one. Because if you can see from the window of opportunity here on the right hand side, we can see a breakdown of all the different products and services that Amazon tested and failed at in the market. Fire Phone, Dash Buttons, Amazon Restaurants, Amazon Local, all these experiments failed. But those same experiments taught Amazon some vital lessons, and those lessons went on to be some of their biggest successes. Looking at the likes of Amazon Prime, AWS, and Alexa, those are the bets that define Amazon's success today. So back to his quote, failure and invention are definitely two inseparable twins. But as I keep repeating, generative AI is completely changing the game of innovation. The biggest risk or problem with innovation portfolio management in the past was both cost and time. But because of AI now, we can test dozens of ideas at a fraction of the cost and speed. It's just about learning how we can leverage Gen AI and use these tools and experiment and move at speed. But now we don't have to risk our whole business anymore. We can do this at a fraction of the cost and time. Now, for leaders, there are three things that you want to get right if you are to embed a culture of innovation. The first is to start off with strategic direction. Innovation without clarity of direction is chaos. The AI innovation rocket and embedding a culture of innovation only works when you have a clear North Star. So set that direction for your organization before considering AI and innovation. As every experiment, every idea should be connected back to the broader strategy of your business. The second task that we need to get right is the allocation of resources. In successful, innovative companies, CEOs and business leaders tend to spend in around 50 to 100% of their time on innovative measures. This just isn't about money, but your time, your talent, and your focus should go into innovation. If you're just simply trying to scale innovation after your day-to-day job, then it's not going to work. You need to have time and effort focused on this. And the third thing that you need in place for success is the processes to manage your innovation portfolio. This means everything from balancing small bets right through to adapting and adjusting your innovation ideas based on qualitative and quantitative data, and then further bringing those ideas and scaling them in the market. Having understanding and how to do this is going to be critical, but even more important than that, having the disciplined leadership to decide what to advance, adjust, archive, and abandon. These are going to be critical decisions for you to make while going through your innovation portfolio. As we've just seen, innovation isn't optional anymore. Business models are expiring faster than ever. But what I would say is that generative AI is a brand new capability that we all must leverage as business leaders, CEOs, and strategic thinkers. If you do need to embed this capability into your organization, then reach out to myself and I'd be more than happy to discuss this with you. If you also found this video useful, then subscribe for more content in around AI, strategy, innovation, and transformation. My name is Lochlainn and I'm the founder of Nexaius, and I want to thank you for watching today's video.